Okay, okay. All right, we've reached a fever pitch. Fever pitch being crazy things are being said, and I'm not sure if people are being serious about it. I'm not sure if it's crazy anymore. Okay, what I'm talking about is that after One Piece chapter 997, I'm seeing more and more and more where people are saying, it's official, Zoro is stronger than Luffy. Now guys, I've heard this before. This is not the first time I've heard this. Like, people have been saying Zoro is as strong as or stronger than Luffy since pre-time skip. Now, of course, Whiskey Peak added on to that, but even post that, people were saying, you know, Thriller Bark, Zoro fought just as much as Luffy, well, not just as much, but almost as much as Luffy. Then he took all of Luffy's pain and survived. So durability, people have Zoro over Luffy. When you talk about, you know, speed and power, Gear 4th completely changes things in my opinion. Gear 2nd, full-powered Zoro, it's a conversation. Now, I don't agree with this assessment at all, but I'm starting to wonder, am I off? This is a purely speculative spitballing video, but sources tell me, I have not confirmed this, but sources tell me that my guy, the boy of joy, said that he thinks Zoro is stronger than Luffy. Now, I'm going to go and listen to his argument after I make this video because that's even more, that's fun, right? Just making speculation off of something you haven't heard yet, but and then going and verifying, right? Ask for forgiveness and not for permission. That's the saying. But the boy of joy, he normally spits, okay? The boy of joy normally spits. Is this something I need to look into? Because I have been working on a script for a while in regards to Zoro versus Luffy, and it's so much that you have to explain, right? Because again, from pre to post, nuance. Situations they're put in where, okay, Zoro's fighting someone that Luffy has fought, but the person isn't as powered up, but it's underwater. So it's like, wait, let me think about this. But again, Zoro, his resume is not exceptional in comparison to Luffy's. I don't want to make this a direct comparison between Zoro and Luffy because personally I think there should be a huge gap, and based off of what we've seen so far, it remains constant, it remains consistent. But is there really? For instance, in Wano, has Zoro done anything that we have seen for us to just logically say, yeah, I'm gonna put Zoro over Luffy? I think that's pretty asinine, but then a part of me is like, yo, just think about it, man. Just look into it. I don't know. Okay, full disclaimer. I like Zoro as a character more than I like Luffy. I like these edgy characters. So Law, Ace, not really as edgy, but you know, even if we go outside of One Piece, Itachi, Levi, Brago, right? So characters like that, I really enjoy, but then, you know, I also like characters like Deku, Gon, Killua, I prefer though. So it's like, I like these edgy characters, and Zoro, you know, I think he is the king of that in anime because I think it's done so well. Could be done better in my opinion, because Zoro is a character that I think is multifaceted, and Oda doesn't really get too deep into characterization for Zoro. I feel like he does that more for Sanji, and for Zoro, he's just mostly focused on ambition and strength. But the character moments that we get from Zoro, that's why we appreciate them so much, because we don't get them that frequently, right? I mean, I think Guts is the peak, the pinnacle of this, where you have this character who's edgy and he has soft moments, subtle, soft moments. It makes you appreciate these characters. Now, I'm not gonna get into Zoro versus Sanji right now. If you guys want me to talk about that, I will another day. Not just based on strength, right? Because there are like a million videos on YouTube about that. I wanna talk about the actual issue. Like, where did this start? And what's currently going on with this fandom and this toxic Zoro versus Sanji thing. It's gotten to the point that even when I'm not talking about Zoro versus Sanji, right? I'm just strictly hyping up Zoro or hyping up Sanji. Someone tells me I'm not doing a good enough job because I like Sanji, and someone tell me I'm doing too much because I like Zoro. And well, for the most part, I hype Sanji more, I think. Well, not hype Sanji, I defend Sanji more. So people think that I'm a diehard Sanji stan, but people seem to forget what happens when I talk about Zoro. Go back to my Zoro videos, people are like, you don't like Zoro this much. And it's like, it's weird. It's a weird thing in the community sometimes where people try to tell you how to feel. Even when you're telling them how you feel, they're like, nah, you don't feel that way. There's no way. There's no way, bro. So it's a weird thing, but enough from Zoro and Sanji. We'll make that video next week because because we're on break, so we have a lot of time to play with here. I can't see why people are putting Zoro over Luffy. Now, in Wano, there are some amazing memes, I think, that I've been prompted to make a follow-up video before my analysis in regards to Zoro, or in regards to a chapter in general, right? Just because, bro, this chapter has provided some clarity I needed on some characters in the community where people have been toxic. Some people have been showing their true colors. And I think this is something we really have to evaluate in regards to how people react in certain situations, right? Again, I'm not gonna judge you solely on just one moment, but if it's a pattern and I'm seeing things consistently happen and go down, then yeah, I think I have the right to base how I feel about you on these consecutive occurrences. Back to Zoro and Luffy. Zoro and Wano so far, I think has been okay, unless you're watching the anime. In the anime, Zoro has been a god, okay? Every single moment Zoro's on screen in the anime, he is a god. Zoro versus Hawkins in the anime, he's a god. Zoro versus Killer in the anime, he's a god. Bro, this panel with Zoro versus Apu is so goddamn beautiful. In the anime, is going to break the internet. Zoro versus Killer literally shut down Twitter for a while. That's all Twitter was talking about because of how beautiful it was. This panel, again, with the paneling in One Piece, the panels in One Piece, we're not gonna get into the paneling, the panels in One Piece, it normally tells you, okay, where the anime, especially in Wano, is going to go in regards to these moments. And I think Zoro versus Apu, in regards to that final blow, is gonna be a moment. I mean, it was definitely reminiscent of Zoro versus Daz Bones, but again, we didn't have nearly the amount of build up. So it's a weird thing. But for the anime, when you're looking at the panels and how much is left for interpretation, the anime can do an amazing job with it. Because again, they did not show how far Apu and X-Drake was. They had Zoro surveying his surroundings. So in this moment, knowing you're the anime staff and having so much to work with, this could be one of the top moments in One Piece in regards to Zoro and just how amazing he's going to look. Has Zoro looked better than Luffy and Wano? I mean, Luffy has only had the moment with Kaido. Other than that, he really didn't do anything to Queen. He attacked Queen and Queen just, threw his punch away, but that wasn't a Gear 4th attack, right? Queen was talking smack and Zoro basically destroyed his weapon and told him to stop playing games. Luffy's been fighting gifters and pleasures. Zoro's been fighting gifters and pleasures. Yeah, so for the most part, I can't say Luffy has been more impressive than Zoro and Wano, but that's not saying much because Luffy hasn't really had a fight yet. And to be honest, if we based it off of just Wano, you kind of have to put Zoro above him just based off the fact that Luffy got decimated by Kaido. But that's expected. Even the conversation with Zoro saying he wants to take down Kaido, who's been determined as the strongest. And it's not about Zoro or Zoro fans where it's like an arrogance of like, oh my God, we made you hate a character. And it's like, no, I still love the character. I just hate you. Just to clarify, all Zoro fans are not like this. I'm talking about the fanatics, the stans that basically are toxic in the name of this character, and they ruin sometimes other people's experiences for a character, and they kind of force people not to like a character. And it's sad, but I think for these people, simply block them and move on so that you can enjoy this character, because Zoro is an amazing character to me. And don't let somebody get in the way of you enjoying your story and a character like Zoro. So back to what I was saying about Zoro versus Kaido. I don't think the problem for me is Zoro getting an amazing feat like that. That's not the issue here. Where people sometimes think that me not necessarily liking Zoro taking down Kaido has to do with not wanting Zoro to win. I want most of the Straw Hats to win. I'm not gonna say which one I don't want, but I would like for the Straw Hats to win, period. The issue comes in for me when we talk about Zoro taking down Kaido is the others. And some may say this is kind of immature and that's not Oda's story, that's not the way he's going, but hear me out. And again, this is a personal thing that I have. The stories that I enjoy the most, the stories that I think resonate with me, are stories in which the main character has other people that are competing with him and that you feel like they have an actual chance to either surpass him or they're gonna push him to the brink. For instance, Kingdom. Some of you are not caught up in Kingdom, but for Shin, he has Ohan and Moten. I talk to people that read Kingdom. And for these people, there's so many people who prefer Moten, some people who prefer Ohan, I prefer Ohan, and of course a lot of people who like Shin. But the thing is, they're so close in regards to, well, I haven't read in like a year and a half, but when I was reading, they were close in regards to accomplishments. Some may have been ahead of Shin, but you always felt like it was a really solid rivalry between the three. For Luffy, the only person who is even close to competing is Blackbeard. And I think in a story where Blackbeard essentially is the final guy, other than the world government, having other people that he can compete with, I think is great, which Oda did with the supernova. And again, I said supernova, not worst generation, because that's the difference. For the supernova, while they are a great idea and everybody loves them, the execution of some of them, it's been lackluster. Okay, we love Law, but Law essentially has been relegated to a straw hat, a sub. He is following Luffy. Yes, the recent chapters did give us some more insight in regards to Law and his ambitions, which I would love to see more out of because I love Law, but Law, for the most part, he's not competing with Luffy. After that moment in One Piece chapter 996, where Law talked about, finding the poneglyphs, becoming Pirate King, not necessarily just straight out, but it was hinted that that's the way for Law to achieve his goals. Collectively, I swear I heard everybody say this while I was reading the chapter. Law has no chance. How? First off, his crew is mid. Secondly, he's just not strong enough. Based off of portrayal, Law is not on the same level as Luffy. I'm sorry. Even though Law has the potential to literally be the strongest character in One Piece. Or rather, not potential. His Devil Fruit has the potential. So for Kid, an even bigger fail, where Kid conquers Haki, seemingly overpowered Devil Fruit, another right hand that's in the worst generation, or supernova, either one, ambition, fearless, anti-personality, and he's been almost nothing in the Wano arc. And get this, guys, he's been there the entire time. I don't know how he got here off of Zoro versus Luffy, but I'll say this. If Zoro does take the head of Kaido, the supernova, specifically Kid, will be the biggest fail in One Piece. The reason is you have Luffy, who is going to get a substantial feat, and Zoro gets that substantial feat of taking Kaido. What the hell is Kid going to get? Maybe Big Mom? But what the hell does Luffy do? If Luffy doesn't land a final blow on Kaido, and Zoro does, and Kid lands the final blow on Big Mom, is that okay? Again, it's a weird thing, but I love to substantiate moments or things that happen in the story. For Oda coming out in an interview saying he has great plans for Kid. Kid was a supernova he had a lot of things prepared for. And then Luffy's right hand gets more acclaim than Kid. And be clear, Kid is not in my top 10 favorite characters. Maybe not in my top 15. Because people sometimes when I talk about Kid and his ambition and potential, they assume that it's because I like Kid. I don't. I think Kid is pretty meh. I think how Oda set him up could be amazing, but we haven't gotten anything. The character arc where I felt like we should have gotten after he left Udon, we didn't get. They just showed back up. We should have had a moment with Kid where he's talking to Killer, in which we're figuring out just their relationship. People are saying it happened in the anime. The anime is not the source material, and I think that's part of the problem as well. So, guys, all in all, these are my thoughts. After One Piece 997, Zoro's the GOAT. I am literally waiting to see what the hell is gonna happen in 998. We're on break next week, but I just had to get that out. These are my thoughts, literally waking up, and I was stuck in bed just thinking about all that transpired in One Piece 997, and this is what I'm thinking, guys. This is what I'm thinking, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing and liking and supporting. It goes a long way, and I certainly appreciate you guys. I'll definitely try to keep you guys entertained over the break. Follow me on my Twitch for my streams as well, because that supports me and it helps me out a lot. But yeah, that's it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram, bragody.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.